Les pommes de terre boulangères. Potatoes boulangère.
Bonsoir et bon appétit. Oh, boulangère. Des pommes de terre boulangère. So, potatoes à la boulangère. It's a classic dish in France and it's amazing. It's made with, well, potatoes, thin slicely, and onions thin slicely. Super easy recipe to make. And let's get started. So, the first ingredient you need is parsley, which I chopped, and a generous amount of fresh parsley. You're going to need a little bit of garlic, which we're just going to crush that and dice that. Beautiful. Okay. And then we're going to take, let's do this, move this over. We're going to take this, this potatoes, and you know what? No, that's fine. I'm just going to take, all right, I'm going to take my Madeleine, and if you don't have a Madeleine, you can use a food processor. You can use a traditional, those plastic with the blade slicers, or you can use a sharp knife, whatever you prefer. But I like a Madeleine. It gives me nice and even and quick. Beautiful. Okay, now you're going to judge this, and I'm going to put this aside. And I got a good, onion. I'm going to pop out the center, the yellow part, if you have a yellow part, and drop it in there. Drop it in there, and so on and so forth, blah, blah. This didn't have much. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to just basically sweat these onions a little bit. All right, just a little bit of olive oil on top. And we're going to get some salt. And we're just going to drizzle that. And we're just going to sweat this. Now I'm not going to brown it. I'm going to put it on a low heat here. And we're going to sweat this. Now in this pot I have my chicken stock. I'm going to put that over here. Turn off this burner. Oh, I got a little hot. Now, my chicken stock is homemade. Look at my description for a link on how to make it if you want to make it from scratch. If not, get a good quality chicken stock, never out of a can. And do spend a little more. It's worth it. Bone-in chicken stock's the best. If you're a vegetarian, go with a vegetable stock. This is fun. I'm putting some zèle de Provence into my stock just to give it a little oomph. And my stock is not seasoned. I'm just going to put a little pinch of salt. Now while this is coming up, I'm going to sweat this. I'm going to stir this. And I want the chicken stock to stay warm, or your vegetable stock to stay warm. So I'm going to put the burner on and leave it on a low and cover it. Now, in the meantime, I cooked my garlic and I diced it, right? Beautiful. That's good. You want to finely dice it. And then you're going to add it to your onions. Now, while that's sweating, we're going to take our potato. Before I do that, I'm going to make sure I coat my onions nicely. This heat's a little too high now, so I'm going to lower it all the way to the lowest setting. Remember, I don't want any coloring on this onion. I just want it to sweat. So just leave that there. Now, take some olive oil. Take your pan. Look at my description for all the ingredients list. I'll also list the pan size. I think it's like, I don't know, 5 by 10 or 5 by 9 or 8. Not sure. All right. We're just going to coat that. And the reason why is we don't want those potatoes to stick. Beautiful. Okay. Now, we're going to take our medlin and we're going to do our first layer. Now, if you're using the medlin, always use the guard. Especially, oh, got some stuck onion in there. You're not used to using it. And go. No, do it. Now, we're not going to put these in water. And the reason why is I need to starch. So you're going to do this as you go. Do not peel them all ahead of time. Peel them as you need it. Slice them as you need it. Now, traditionally when you do this dish, you would peel your potatoes. I don't do that because I wash them and I want the vitamin of the skin, and it's delicious. So don't peel it. All right. So I got probably enough for my first layer, and I'm just gonna, don't worry about making it pretty, because nobody's gonna see that. But I use a bigger potato on the bottom so it holds firm for when I'm serving it. And just slightly overlap it, and I'll show you how I do that in just a second. Well, I didn't have quite enough potatoes to do that first layer. Well, it was, no big deal. Let's get a little guy. And we're just going to drop him in. It's important to get the medlin just right. Right. And take your time. I'm doing this quickly because, well, that's the first layer. Let's check on our onions. While I'm over here, I am going to preheat my oven, and I have to look at my notes, 180 degrees Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit. I always forget Celsius. So I'm just going to put my oven on. So this is a convection. So I am actually going to put it just less than 350. There we go. Beautiful. All right. Now every layer you're going to pepper generously. And I'm using coarse black pepper. Like about that amount. Then you're going to need some salt. And not much, just a pinch, not even a pinch. Now I'm going to add some parsley. If you want, you can use thyme. Now we got to wait for our onions. Beautiful. All right, that needs another maybe minute or two, so I have time to peel another potato. You're going to need about 2 pounds of potatoes, just maybe a little more than that. 1 big onion, and you know what? If I don't have enough onion, I could always saute some more, which is usually what I do. Alright, I think that's enough. I don't want to get ahead of myself. So we'll put that to the side. Now again, you can peel it, or you can do this. Alright, that's looking nice. Okay. So here's my onions. And they sweated. They're looking good. I'm going to take about a quarter of this and just drop it in. There we go. I'm going to turn off the heat on that. I don't want to continue. And then I'm just going to spread those onions. Be careful, those onions are hot. Don't use your hands. I'm just used to it. There we go. So like that. And now we're going to do another layer of potatoes. Overlap them, go just across, go across, go across. And yeah, overlap, and I'll show you what that looks like. Now, you know, one of my favorite things of France is all the, well, actually, not just of France. I love potatoes, but I love potato dishes. And one of my favorite things is all the different ways the French make the potatoes, and especially scalloped potatoes. And if you're new to my channel, you'll know I've made quite a few videos of different ones that you could do. So I encourage you to check it out. I will put in my description links to those and show you how wonderful that is. I'm going to put a little one right there. Okay, you see how that looks? So you basically start here, overlap, 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 overlap. Boom. Salt on each layer, just a little bit of salt. Don't go crazy. Pepper, you can be generous. Like that. And then again, parsley. And you can put, if you're not a big fan of parsley, you can use thyme. I love parsley. So I'm not gonna, but look how easy this is. Now I'm ready for my other layer, and I'm gonna take another quarter of this and drop it. Beautiful. It's just one clove of garlic, so it's just a nice little hint. Spread the onions, spread them, spread the love. Oh, okay, I won't sing. All right. That's what it looks like. Can you guys see that? All right. Sometimes I don't hold it up long enough, and I think you guys are like bionic eyes or something. All right, another layer of potatoes. Same process. So I'm going to keep doing this till I use all my potatoes. And then I'm going to do a final layer on the top. All right, now presentation is everything. So again, you repeat and follow that layering process. And you know what? It'll be beautiful. I promise you. You do want more of an overlap on the last one because we want the tips to get crispy. So there we go, there we go, there we go. Now, don't worry, I will show you how I do this. The beauty, and you know what? I'm going to need that last potato. Let's do it. Oh. Now, I like using a madeleine because if I wasn't, look at that. Okay. That's going to be pretty. I'll overlap that. So I'm going to go big and small. All right, I got a good overlap. And, you know, I'm going to tuck this in so I don't want to waste food. And you know what? It's okay because it's just going to make it prettier. Just be a little creative. There we go. Okay. Yeah, those are butts. We'll leave it out. All right, one final time. Season. Pepper. All right. Now on this final layer, a little olive oil. That's just to brown it. Just lightly. Always use good quality olive oil. Now we're going to put our parsley. And save a little bit for later. Now you'll need a little butter. Not much, like a tablespoon. And you know, you can cube it ahead of time, whatever. Just dabs here, there. Oh, there we go. Whew, lost that one. There we go. Okay. Now, last step. Told you this is easy. All right. Let's take my stock. Let's give it a little stir. Okay. It's about 2 cups. But what you want to do is gently, one spot and one spot. There we go. Drop it all in there. Okay. Let's dab that down. Push down with your hands. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Okay, folks. Now, I'm going to do a little another drizzle. There we go. Very light. A bit more pepper. Okay. I'm liking that. All right, let me show you what that looks like. Ooh, I can't tilt it too much. I hope you can see that. All right, now, oven is not at temperature yet. So we gotta wait. So we'll be right back. When the oven comes to temperature, we're gonna stick that sucker in there. Remember, the stock has to be hot. Okay? We'll be back. All right, we're back. Okay, oven reached temperature. Take a piece of parchment paper, cut it out to fit, and just gonna push it in there, and just touch the corners with my finger. Oh, there. That's it. Throw it in the oven. It's going to be in the oven for a total of 1 hour. But the first 30 minutes, it's going to have parchment paper on it. So set your timer for 30 minutes. Come back and take that parchment out. And yeah, leave it in there another 30 minutes, and I'll show you what that looks like. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. It's been another 30 minutes, so let's see what we have here, huh? All right. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it. Look at that. Beautiful. Now, at this point, let it rest a few minutes and you can serve it. Or you can do a Steve spin on it. This is not traditional, but I love cheese. So what I do, if you were going to serve it now, add some more parsley as you serve it. But I'm going to add a little Parmesan on this. And this is just going to, this is really my take on it. And I love cheese. And just add in a little bit of Parmesan on the top. Oh my gosh, it's going to add just a little more flavor and a little bit of, I don't know, yumminess. So, to taste, like that. Now I'm going to stick it back in the oven. And I'm just going to let it sit in the oven for maybe another 5 minutes. And we will serve it. Isn't that beautiful?
And there you have it. Les pommes de terre boulangère. Potatoes boulangère. Look how beautiful that is. The crispiness. So now I'm just going to add some fresh parsley. Yes, this has a lot of parsley, which is okay. And it's going to be delicious. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is a great dish to try out, a great side. You can serve it with steaks, you can serve it with roast beef, you can serve it with chicken, whatever you like. Beautiful dish. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you love my videos. If you like them, it really helps me out. Bonsoir, bon appétit.